Welcome to ACT Prep Plug-in Numbers. This is Mrs. Spence, and today we're going to talk about plugging in numbers and how that can help you on the ACT when you don't know exactly what it is or how to do the answer and you need just a little bit of help. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go through an example. And let's say we've got an example here. If A, B, and C are positive integers. Now, how do you know when it's time to use plug-in numbers? The main reason you know is, first of all, you're looking at this and you're just not really sure how to start the problem. But one thing that it does tell you is it gives you kind of a description of the integers or the numbers that are involved. So in this case, it tells you that A, B, and C are positive integers. It might say that A and B are greater than C. It might say that they're rational numbers. It might say something, but it'll qualify the numbers. So when you see that, then you know that plugging in numbers may be the tactic for you. So you pick some values, A, B, and C, that are positive. So let's let A be 4, B, how about we set that to 2, and C, let's make that 3. They're all positive integers, so we've met the first condition. Such that, oh wait, there's more. Such that A to the B power, so that's going to be 4 to the 2 power, 4 to the second. We're going to let that equal X. And C to the second power, we're going to let that equal Y. Then the question is, what is X times Y? So what I do is I multiply X, which is 16, 4 squared, and I'm going to multiply that by Y, which is 3 squared, or 9. 16 times 9 is, get out my trusty calculator, and it is 144. So all I do is I look through the choices right here and I decide which one's going to give me a 144 with my chosen values. So my helpful hint to you is always start with the middle choice. Normally the ACT has these lined up from least to greatest, and so if this one's too much, we can pick something smaller. If it's too large, we can pick something larger. And so let's try this and just see what happens. This one says AC parentheses to the B power. So I'm going to take A times C and then take that to the B power. So 12 squared is 144. Lucky guess. Maybe it's my time to go to Las Vegas because I picked the correct answer on the first shot. Now, if that wasn't the answer, obviously, then I would continue checking. If I ended up with too much, maybe I would try one of these choices instead. If I had not enough, then maybe I would go up and try one of these choices instead. But that's how you work a plug-in numbers problem. Let's look at another one. Let's go to the next slide. And let's try this problem. Again, I know it's a plug-in numbers problem because it's qualifying right there. It's telling me what kind of integers we have. So it does say that I need to pick an A that's less than B. So how about I start out with A is 3 and B is 5. Now I don't want to pick really big numbers here. I want to pick something that's fairly simple. So if A is 3 and B is 5, then A minus 3 is going to be, the absolute value of A minus B is 3 minus 5, which is absolute value of negative 2, which is positive 2, because all absolute values are positive. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through here. I'm going to again pick my middle choice first, and I'm going to see if it gives me a positive 2. I could probably do a little mental math here, but let's take 3 minus 5. Ooh, that's a problem. We don't like getting negatives underneath the radical sign, not to mention the fact that my goal was to get a positive 2. So I'm going to keep trying. At this point, it's really kind of hard to tell whether I should go this direction and pick my next one, or should I go this direction and pick my next one. So I'm just going to have to just go with A minus B. Let me try that. A minus B. That's still a problem. I need positive 2, and I ended up with negative 2. So I'm going to immediately pick this one because I can see that it's the same as the previous, only the sign is switched. So I know that this one has to be positive 2. Anyway, so the goal is to try not to check all of the choices. You don't want to have to check everything. So you want to just isolate 1 or 2 of them and maybe let it help you cancel out some of the rest of them. So I've got one more example for you that you can use to plug in numbers. This one is a slope of a line problem. It says the slope of the line with equation y equals ax plus b is greater than the slope of the line with the equation y equals cx plus b. This is important. The slopes are greater. The slope of this one is greater than the slope of this one. So I know that A has to be greater than C. Which of the following statements must be true about the relationship between A and C? Well, there you go. I actually answered the question before I even got to the question, so it's got to be J. A has to be greater than C if the slope of one is greater than the slope of the other. All right, I hope this helps you. We're going to be doing some practice problems with plugging in numbers next. So you'll need to grab those problems and give it a try, and hopefully it will work for you. Good luck.